Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 13 of the 21-day weight loss challenge. Today, we're going to talk about hydration. Don't give me a minute, though. I want to share with you all the important factors of what maintaining adequate hydration through your day can help you with, even beyond weight loss. So, we're also going to talk about how much you should be consuming through the day, or at least a rough estimate. But I also have a few recommendations about water filters. So, let's get started. So first of all, I think it's a really underestimated factor in our health is people not drinking enough fluids in general, but in particular water or things like tea, herbal teas, things like that that are non-dehydrating, and eating enough fruits, right? We don't eat enough fiber in this country, and fruit has a wonderful way, vegetables containing water already. So if you're eating foods that are also full of water, that's another way to count towards your hydration. So let's just talk about a little bit about hydration, but I also want to share a story. So I had a patient who was really struggling with headaches, just it's kind of this dull migraine, not even a migraine, just a dull headache through many of her days. Really struggled with focus and understanding things. And, I was looking at all sorts of things, but then I finally thought to ask, how much fluids are you drinking through the day? And she would drink a couple of cups of coffee and no water through the day, occasionally maybe a soda or something, but wasn't hydrating very well. And I really focused in on hydration for her. And honestly, that was really had a huge impact on her headache status. So headaches improved, her focus improved, her energy improved. So that particular patient, even though, yes, it's anecdotal, really impressed upon me the need to stress the power of hydration. So let's talk a little bit about this. So what does water do? What does fluid do in your body? First of all, it maintains your body fluid balance, right? So the human body is composed of about 60% of water. The water is essential for various bodily functions, such as, digestion, absorption, circulation, creation of saliva, transportation of nutrients, and maintenance of your body temperature, believe it or not. One other thing to understand, the fluid balance is so tightly controlled in your body, it can be significantly impacted by drinking lots of fluid at once. So you want to be careful about how much regular water you drink at a very quick pace. So, for example, if someone was to drink a gallon of water in a very rapid fashion, let's say under 5 minutes or something, beyond not feeling well, that can disrupt your sodium balance. So you can become what we call hyponatremic, and it can actually kill you because it can cause swelling of the brain because the body utilizes water to and fluids in things like what we call solutes, like sodium, to balance the fluid between inside the cell and outside cells. So when someone drinks, for example, the water very, very quickly and it's absorbed into the system, it can cause a shift, a very rapid shift, and can cause some harm. So when I'm talking about hydrating through the day, that's really important, is balancing and going through intervals. And we'll get to how much here in just a minute. But next, hydration really facilitates cellular health and function, right? So every cell in the body, kind of like what I was mentioning, requires water to function properly. And it really is important for maintaining those biochemical reactions that occur within the cells and how they're transferred in and out of the cells, that process, that communication that's occurring. Thermoregulation, so regulating body temperature is really important. That's regulated by sweating and respiration, the breathing. So when the body heats up, it sweats, and then that evaporation actually causes you to cool down. It can improve physical performance. So adequate hydration contributes to optimal muscle function and strength. Dehydration can lead to fatigue and weakness, kind of like I mentioned with that patient earlier. So staying hydrated, especially during endurance events, like if you're running or hiking, making sure that you have adequate fluids during and after those events is really important for optimal performance. It can enhance cognitive function, right? So hydration is a really big impact on brain function and cognitive abilities, including concentration, alertness, and short-term memory. One of the things that I really want to impress upon you is if you are a caregiver of small children, they're important to drink, but especially elderly. Our elderly tend to forget to drink. And if you have someone in your home, especially if they are memory impaired or have dementia, really important to encourage them and remind them to keep drinking throughout the day, because you may find that they actually benefit from that cognitively, decreased risk of, for example, urinary tract infections, things like that. So just might be something to just put on the forefront of your memory, somehow remind them. And we'll get to the hows in a minute, but there's some things you can do to remind yourself, but maybe utilize with others that you're caregiving for. And really important, it can enhance digestive health. So water is necessary for the proper digestion of food. It helps dissolve nutrients, easier absorption, and it can prevent constipation. So the colon, as food is moving through, will suck out as much water as possible if you are in a dehydrated state. So if you remain hydrated, you may find that your constipation, if you're already eating a whole food plant-based diet, I'm hoping that's not an issue, but for many people it is. If you're staying well hydrated, that will help move the fecal masses through. It can support detoxification and kidney function. Of course, our kidneys are constantly circulating our blood, and that's how urine is formed. So if you have diabetes that's uncontrolled, that can be an issue. Because the body is now trying to get rid of that extra glucose, and it'll make you urinate even more. So you're running into a higher dehydrated problem. So you might want to pay attention to that. It can lubricate your joints, right? So fluid is required inside those joints. It enhances your skin health. And again, really important for nutrient transport. So those are the main things I wanted to highlight about hydration. So it's more than just making sure that you're drinking just for the sake of drinking. Your body really needs it. Remember, 60% of you walking around is the fluid. And so definitely focus in on that. So as you know, I do have a PDF you can download for free at drmarbers.com, and it contains all these things I'm about to go over with you here. And I find it's just so very important to write down how you're feeling with each day of this challenge, because that's the time that we're going to require us to sit down and reflect. So many of us rush through our day that we don't sit down, take time, and just think and relax and allow our creativity to flow, kind of just rethink about, maybe the things that happened through the day or plan for the day. But this is an important piece, is this journaling aspect, because it allows you to reflect on your experience for the day. And let me pull up my notes here. All right. So the action step today is really your hydration challenge. So you really want to start your day with water. So if you can begin your morning with a glass of water to kickstart the hydration, you may want to use a water tracking app. So there's a lot of free ones you can download from the App Store. You want to spread it out. So you want to aim to drink your water at regular intervals, not all at once. This can be before a meal, which may help you not eat as much. It can be between meals, during workouts, after workouts. But typically you want to aim for about 8 ounces over the first 10 hours of your day. That's the amount. So most people are going to need 80 to 120 ounces per day of water or water-containing fluids that are non-dehydrating, like herbal teas, sparkling water, things like that. And really make it accessible, right? So if we know that things are in our environment, this is a trigger for our behavior. So if there's a behavior that you want to incorporate in your life, you need to place the prompts, things that will remind you to do it and do it very easily. So you have to have 3 things in order to do any behavior: is motivation, the prompt to do it, and then the ability to do it. So if you have water available already in some type of container that you can take with you, and you see it, that will be the prompt. And then you have the ability easily to do it. So again, in the motivation is because you want to maintain all these healthy functions that water can improve. So, and then you can even enhance water. You can add some fruit into it. You could add some an herbal tea. As I like, honestly, I love frozen cherries, and putting a slice of lime and lemon in there as well. That's really quite good. And then the writing exercise for today is really just observing how you feel. So there's going to be a few prompts. So number 1, do you notice any appetite changes? Did you notice any changes or food cravings throughout the day? Were you less inclined to snack? That might be something to consider. Energy levels, right? Did you observe any changes? Did you feel more energetic, less fatigued, more focused? And what about physical sensations? Did you have less maybe foggy brain symptoms? less of a kind of a dull headache if you deal with headaches, better digestion. How about overall physical comfort? And any mood changes? Did you notice that you feel a little bit more perky? Maybe you're a little less stressed, a little less anxious. Might be interesting to reflect upon that. And then really think about how you can do this for the long term. Hydration is a daily a daily goal. It shouldn't be something that you could just do on occasion. We need to be focusing in on our hydration on a regular basis. So I hope you found that helpful, and I'll be back tomorrow with day 14 of the 21-day challenge or weight loss challenge. Have a good day, everyone.